ourselves some updates on a Megan sequel, Beau is Afraid, the new Ari Aster movie, and also Scream 6. Let's get into all of these bad boys.
Well, sometimes that is better.
Hey everybody, what's up? Killjoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. We got some updates on a whole slurry of horror movie things. But before we get into all of these updates, I'm gonna need y'all to like this video and hopefully subscribe to this page because your boy's nearly at 15,000 subs. That would be pretty awesome. And all you gotta do to help old Jake get there is you just gotta press a little button. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Go ahead and give that a click. Go ahead and do it. Why not? I don't know. Now, talking about a Megan sequel. Now, even before I did some research as to if a Megan sequel could happen, I knew walking out of the theater watching that thing that this needed to be a franchise. That movie is so funny and so well done. I'm really hoping for more of those films sometime in the future. Hopefully, and fingers crossed, from the same team of people that made this first one, too. But director Gerard Johnstone was in a recent interview with Variety talking a little bit about some of his ideas for a Megan sequel. When asked if he was open to more Megan movies in the future, director Gerard Johnstone said, "How can I not be? Now that the film's finished and that people are embracing it. There are so many ideas that we had and facets of Megan's personality that we wanted to explore. I totally think there's more to say. And I know that Megan would have more to say. I would love to do another one. Hopefully soon while it's still fresh in everyone's mind." He's also asked who would win in a fight, Megan or Chucky. He confidently retorts with, "Megan is becoming more self-aware. She's got artificial intelligence, which we all know will end up running the world one day. I'd like to think that Megan would tease Chucky out until she finds out every single weakness." And that would be a very convincing one, I think. No disrespect to Chucky, Child's Play was one of my favorite films as a kid. I'm saying this with the utmost respect. Oh, that was a pretty sick burn until that end there where he kind of saves it, but still. I personally would love a Megan sequel. This film dives into territories that Child's Play 2019 could only dream of and sets up the whole killer AI robot thing way better than that film in my opinion. Does it top the original Child's Play though? I don't know. That's still probably my favorite killer doll film, but I do really like Megan and it's absolutely in my top 5 when it comes to killer dolls. Would you like to see a Megan sequel or some kind of versus movie with Chucky and Megan in it? Leave me something about it in the comments. Now let's talk a little bit about Ari Aster's new movie, Beau is Afraid. Now Ari Aster is the director of Hereditary and Midsommar, two of my favorite horror films from the 2010s. I genuinely think they are just so effectively scary and give me the most anxiety out of maybe any horror film from that time period. Now this one doesn't really seem to be horror or even horror adjacent. It's still being described that way, or as Ari Aster described it himself, as a nightmare comedy. I was still expecting there to be like the nightmare part of that though, and I'm not really getting that from this trailer. The trailer seems to be more of like an indie comedy, which I'm happy for Ari Aster to be stepping out of his typical wheelhouse and doing something a little different. That's always a positive for any director in my opinion. But I just really love the guy's horror movies, so I'm still hoping that there's some kind of horror adjacent element to this film, even though that wasn't really present in the trailer we just got. Similar to Aster's previous two films, Beau is Afraid is rated R for strong violent content, sexual content, graphic nudity, drug use, and language. Now, all of those things we just listed could apply to a horror movie, but also not necessarily. I have personally seen all of those things in other comedy movies, which, like, once again, I'm not against, but I'm just not the biggest fan of indie comedy. I think we all have that subgenre of something where we can respect that there's great films there and, like, they're really well made, but they just don't work for you for whatever reason. The Daniels are the only people who do indie comedy really well, in my opinion. Like, I love Swiss Army Man and I love Everything Everywhere All at Once, but those are really the only two indie comedy movies that really do it for me. I'm not even gonna get into some of the indie comedies that simply don't work for me that are considered classics because people will start throwing tomatoes. The new plot synopsis for Beau is Afraid reads, "A paranoid man embarks on an epic odyssey to get home to his mother in this bold and ingeniously depraved new film from writer-director Ari Aster." Okay, so it says depraved there. That's something. Fingers crossed, Ari. Come on, give us another horror movie. The other thing that is just so shocking about the tone of this trailer is that if you watch the original short film, which is just titled Beau, it is very much so straightforward psychological horror. In a lot of ways, I kind of felt sucker punched by this trailer, which only feels like a horror movie in the first like 15 seconds. This trailer looked less like Midsommar and more like The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which, yes, is one of those movies that just simply doesn't work for me. Although I do want to point out, this one definitely has an audience elsewhere and it is well made. It's just simply not for me. While I'm happy for Ari Aster to be doing something different, this is clearly a big passion project for him. I just hope that a lot of his horror elements are present in this film because they are so strong in his other movies. But who am I to complain about versatility? I'm gonna stay open-minded until I see this bad boy on April 21st, and I'll probably have a review that same day, I'd imagine. Now, getting into a Scream 6 update, I want to talk a little bit about the social media presence of all the official accounts for the Scream movies and how it's starting to ramp up as we get closer to the film's release in less than 2 months. Now, if you remember, going all the way back to the marketing for Scream 5, which you may have not been around for here on this channel, which is totally cool, welcome if you're new. But a big thing they highlighted throughout all of the marketing was Dewey as a character. And well, spoiler alert, I guess, it's been almost a year since the movie came out, but Dewey did not make it through the last film. Now the official accounts for Scream are hitting hard on another character who's still alive, coming back from 5 into 6 now, Tara Carpenter. A tweet from Netflix goes out yesterday that says Jenna Ortega gets major for her gorgeous Golden Globes Gucci gown. I just want to point out that's supposed to be an Addams Family reference, and that's 2 snaps, Netflix. Okay, that was too many snaps, but you get the point. The Scream account awkwardly retweeted this and said, I gave her that hair with the knife. I'm just gonna be real, dog. That's a little more creepy than it is just straight up murderous, like how Ghostface is. Like the idea of like Ghostface coming into Tara's room and like cutting off a lock of her hair and stealing it. Not even killing her, just like stealing her hair. Ugh, gross, I don't like that. But as more tweets go out about Jenna Ortega at the Golden Globes, more tweets from the Scream account go out. One saying, a little trip to NYC, and the other one saying, enjoy it while it lasts. Now, the Scream account has had many funny replies to different actors and people involved with these movies throughout like the course of the marketing for this film and also the last one. You got me there. But they've never doubled down on it this hard. This is 3 tweets back to back to back about Jenna Ortega specifically. Just like the Stu coming back debate, this is another one that is heated. If Jenna Ortega's Tara character will die in this new film or not. Many people seem to have a very passionate stance on this argument, which is why I gotta talk about it a little bit. It has me very fascinated to see what they will do with their character in this upcoming installment. In my opinion, there's 2 routes of possibilities that could happen here. Jenna Ortega is this huge rising star who's about to have another great year on top of 2022, where she was just in literally everything. I'm not even exaggerating to an extent. She has multiple releases just in these first couple of months of the year too, so she's once again just going to have a great year. Do you think that she wants out of Scream because there is probably a 3rd movie happening from Radio Silence that we don't know about yet, so maybe she dies in this movie and then won't come back for the next one so that she can free up some more time for more projects? While I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility, Jenna Ortega also really loves horror stuff, so I don't think that she would want to get killed off in these movies if there is going to be another Radio Silence helmed film at some point. In that same breath, though, it might be really shocking to kill your biggest star because nobody would expect it. The other positives of killing Tara, like maybe in like the 3rd act, let's say, they're not gonna kill her early on, come on, is that you could build up Sam's character way more and make the whole timeline even crazier based off of the events of this new film. Because think about this for a second. Sam just rekindled her relationship with Tara. Like that just got all fixed up at the end of the last movie. Now we're gonna see that in full form here in Scream 6. If Tara dies at the end of this movie, what does that do to Sam? She was finally there to protect her sister and she let her die. I feel like that could send Sam down this crazy path where she's like maybe questioning herself as a protagonist or an antagonist, which would honestly be so fitting for the character who already has this duality thing going on. This could send Sam down this crazy route of wanting to get revenge on whoever the killer is. Maybe they get away at the end of 6 for the first time ever in Scream history, fingers crossed. She's the daughter of Billy Loomis, but she's also kind of our main final girl right now. So she's kind of in this like middle ground gray area right now where she doesn't really know which path she wants to go down. This would make for a very interesting final girl character who's actually so conflicted with everything going on in her life that maybe she decides to go Ghostface herself. I still want it to be something she struggles with. Like I genuinely want her to have some opportunities to kill the guy or gal, whoever, that went after Tara and somehow got out of it scot-free. And maybe she makes the right decision, which is don't kill people because murder is bad. But also to be held in suspense for an entire movie and you don't know what her decision is gonna be, it's kind of fascinating and makes for a very different Scream movie we've simply never seen before. This is all one gigantic hypothetical theory though, let me tell ya. I don't know if any of that's gonna happen in Scream 6, but maybe. It also implies the existence of a Scream 7 helmed by Radio Silence like in the near future, which is yet to be confirmed. Although the new Scream is following a similar pattern that other requels or franchise continuations have followed lately. Like for example, Star Wars did 3 movies, Jurassic Park did 3 movies, Halloween did 3 movies. Is Scream gonna do a whole trilogy now? We're just gonna have to find out. So what do you guys think about the idea of Sam Carpenter avenging her sister by killing another Ghostface killer? Good Ghostface versus bad Ghostface. What do you guys think about that? Leave me something about it in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this brand new Scream 6 update video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content in the future. Please consider supporting me on Patreon or becoming a channel member by clicking that join button on my page. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.